Hey guys, welcome back to Cooking with the Frisbees and Gardening. Today is a gardening day, as you can probably imagine.
Look at all the plants.
Yeah, spring has sprung. It's time to get some of these babies in the ground. They really need something to stabilize them. They're not spindly. I won't say that they're spindly, but they definitely need some more additional support. Yeah. So, I mean, they look healthy. Some of these maybe not as healthy, but they're really falling on top of each other. And we still have a lot of wind today too. So once I get them in the ground, we'll be able to stabilize them and give them a little bit more support. So today we are going to do all the tomatoes, and I'm going to be putting some of the basil in the ground, some of the thyme in the ground. I did put some cauliflower and broccoli in the ground yesterday. I'll show you that. Some leeks and kale as well. They can handle the cooler weather. It's going to be about 47 degrees tonight, which is not, I know, but considering we've had 85 degrees in the afternoons.
I wouldn't know. I was in California.
You were in California.
It was only a high of 58 this week.
Right.
Go figure.
But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Come on outside. Let's take a look. I'll show you what's going on. So
we also got to put up trellises.
We do need to put up trellises, but I just wanted to show them over here what our peas are doing. And gosh, are they happy. These are some happy peas. They're just about ready to hit the trellis. Some of them are probably tall enough, they just keep falling over, so I'll need to get them something to help them kind of stick up. We have flowers on them already. I'm so excited. I did plant a row of beans, which I have not seen hide nor hair of, so I might put another row in.
Can't hurt.
And just succession sowing period is a great idea. So I think I'm going to do that today as well. I did put in some romaine broccoli yesterday as well. They like the cooler weather. Actually, they'll probably die off as it starts to get super duper hot here.
It's not supposed to next week. It's supposed to be just highs in the 60s.
Right, which is nice. And then, so here's what happened. December, we had not frigid, freezing temperatures, multiple days in a row. And I had usually my rosemary right here, which was big and beautiful and bushy, and it died back. And I was like, okay, well, I'll cut it back. It should come back. But there is nothing alive on this plant. Not a single piece. I mean, it's just breaks off.
Yeah, if there's no flexibility in a branch.
Yeah, it's done. So I think the freeze really did it in. So I am going to replant. Also, my sage is gone, my oregano is gone, which they typically die off as well, but they usually come back. But I think that having that Arctic air for such a long period of time really just did it in. So,
but talk about the expense. I mean, we just ran down the street to one of my favorite places, and I
didn't even buy any vegetables. All I bought was a couple of flowers, some marigolds, chrysanthemums, and 3 herbs to replace the herbs that died. So I bought 1 rosemary, 1 sage, and 1 oregano. They were $5.50 a piece. $5.50. Crazy.
That's just, we're so lucky. This is another thing we talk about. Grow your own stuff. Harvest your seeds.
Yeah.
Like, that's unfortunate that we got a frost and we had to go invest like that.
But it was here for years. Like, it's been very, and I do have another plant that's back there that wintered in the greenhouse. So it's still alive, thankfully. So I'll be able to harvest rosemary off of that. And then I'll plant a new little rosemary here and let it grow up. Because this one, you can see how large it was.
It was a bush.
It was really big.
In some of the videos.
Yeah, it was really big.
5 years old, 4 or 5 years old.
So happy about that. We do have some trellising to put up. These are going to be the tomato beds over here. And we do have to put those trellises up before I can get those in the ground. So
that's a project for today.
That is a project for today.
Flowers. Are you going to just put those in the hanging?
No, these are going in the ground. These are supposed to help deter possums. Yes, possums. And then I have some marigolds too that I'm gonna put in some of these beds down here, just to bring the pollinators. You gotta bring those babies in if you wanna have a happy, healthy garden.
Oh, look at the lettuce.
I know, I can't, that's from my little microgreens. It's really done well. I'm not gonna uproot it.
No, let it stay.
Excuse
Might
me.
be able to harvest some for a salad.
Excuse me. Well, I planted the romaine, so I'm hoping that they'll all come together at some point and we can get some greens out of it. I don't think these flowers are gonna come back. I didn't know if they were supposed to.
Don't know.
I had cut them back just for hoping that they would come back, and I don't think that they're going to, so might have to buy some new ones. I'm not great at flowers. I admit, 100%.
Yeah, you say that, but then every fall, the marigolds take
The marigolds
over the
go
bed.
crazy. Yeah, once everything dies off, the marigolds really go crazy, which is fun. But so that's what's on the agenda for today, guys. So stick around and see how it's done. Look it, they're gonna be able to, they're already reaching it.
I think that's good because they need support.
Yeah.
You have the ties.
I don't, they're inside, but I'll get them. I just wanted to place them first and then I'll dig the holes, I'll add all the nutrients because they need some extra love. Some of them really took in, I put some of that liquid fertilizer in the bottom of their pan yesterday, and a lot of them really soaked it up. So I think they're doing a lot better, but...
Which fertilizer did you use?
The liquid fertilizer. It's not the fish one, it's the other one, the 335 or 332.
It wasn't the lobster and crab?
No, it wasn't the crustacean one. That one is a little bit later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put in, today they'll get blood meal, worm castings, and it's in the cart, and a tomato organic fertilizer.
Okay.
Wow, it is really windy.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna put an extra zip tie on all these.
Right?
All right.
All right, I've got everything laid out. Last year I crowded my tomatoes a little bit. I think I did like 16 per bed. We're not doing that this year. I'm only gonna do 10, 5 of each. That gives each seedling a pretty good chance at surviving. I still have a whole nother flat of tomatoes I'll use to put into some pots. I might give some away, or I will have something to replace if any of these don't live through the next few days. It's pretty shocking to be replanted. So I'm gonna start with some worm castings. I dug these holes pretty deep. These are pretty big seedlings. So literally just sprinkling a little bit in each hole.
Give them a nice advantage.
Yeah, bring some worms in, although these beds are very wormy. I like it. A little bit of vegetable and tomato plant food. I gave them that liquid fertilizer earlier, so they have some, but this will just give their roots something to absorb. And then lastly, some blood meal.
What's that do? Nitrogen?
It is heavy in nitrogen. Remember, I also do the banana water that has the potassium in it. And then this is a good fertilizer. It says for vegetables, but I mean, this will easily go help my flowers too. Just a little something, something, a little extra. They need all the help they can get. So, all right, first ones are going in. It's a nice thick one.
You can see those roots going all the way up that thing.
I know.
All that fuzziness.
So they're not totally root bound. They're in pretty good shape. These are the lemon boys. So these are a big boy tomato, which is a very large, not quite as large as a beefsteak, but it's a nice large tomato, great for sandwiches. And this one is called Lemon Boy because it's yellow, not because it tastes like a lemon.
All right.
Well, we did it. We have 10 tomatoes per bed. Some of them were tall enough that I could tie up a little bit just to give them a little extra to hang on because it's pretty windy out here. I'm gonna put some straw down around their bottoms just to help them with their water. And whew, I still have to I'm gonna put basil in the middle. Down the middle, tomato and basil, they love each other. So I have some in the greenhouse I'll be putting in there. I think I'm gonna have some lunch first, and then I'm going to call it a day.
Yeah, we can do the basil tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. supposed to be a nice day
My back's
tomorrow.
hurting me a little bit
Well,
from
you got to get, guys, there's such a thing as garden shape because
Yes.
with what we've got, I mean, how many beds do we have? It's a lot of work.
It's 12 beds, yeah.
Back and forth, you never have the right daggone tool.
Why is that?
I don't know. I've walked back and forth to get tools so many daggone times, so
Yeah. But I'm happy with it. There were so many worms in these beds. They're so good for your beds. If you have a bed that has lots of worms in it, you have a healthy soil. It just means that you've got great aeration, which is what the little wormies do for us, so. Yay!
my big old mug in there. And we even planted some of them in the top. There's tomato plants up in the top pots that we always do, but you'll see those as we start to do our garden tours. But this is the beginning. We're trusting the weatherman that there's no more frost. Next week is supposed to be high 68, low 52, 54.
Right, which should be fine. They should be fine.
And you've hardened them off. You've had them in the greenhouse for a week.
And we had them out on tables outside, so they're used to the wind. It shouldn't be a shock, although replanting anything shocks them a little bit. So
yeah, they'll keel over for a time.
They'll be a little keeled over first, and then they will start to rejuvenate and come back to life. So I'm excited.
And we did put another thing of compost soil on the top. We had so much rain that it just kind of beat down
Compacted
the soil.
everything.
It compacted it down. So we needed some more. It can't hurt. I think, I don't know, is there such a thing as over amending your soil? Because last year some things just didn't work out and we thought it was because we didn't fertilize right. So this year, if we don't have success this year, then something's just wrong.
You can over fertilize though. You don't want to burn them. These guys are pretty young, so that's why there was just a sprinkle of each thing in the bottom by the roots, because you can burn them if you come in.
The sprinkle, but
well, we'll see.
my sprinkle is bigger than hers.
This is true.
I've got a big grappling gun. So, all right, well, guys, that's it for this episode. Thanks for hanging out with us. The spring summer garden, it started. So thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time.